All right, y'all, let's chat SEO strategy for 2025. Like what's changed, what's not changed, what should you be doing, what should you not be doing? Well, I'm going to tell you, I have 5 things to change or do better with your SEO strategy in 2025. And trust me, I have read so many articles until I feel like my eyeballs are going to fall out of my head. And these 5 things pretty much cover all of the big things that you need to be doing for your kick butt SEO strategy in 2025. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey there, fellow entrepreneur. Welcome to Simple SEO and Marketing. Do you want to grow your business with sustainable traffic sources? Have you heard about the power of search engine optimization and you want to take advantage of it to get more traffic, more eyeballs on your business? But when it comes down to it, does SEO feel complicated and hard to implement? Are you tired of wondering what in the heck to do with your website to get more traffic and more leads knocking on your door? What if I could tell you that there was a simple, proven system for using SEO, blogging, and copywriting to get leads from your website, and not just any leads, high converting leads. Hey, I'm Faith Hannon, wife, mama, copywriter, SEO strategist, and barrel racer. And for the last 8 years, I've been figuring out what works and what doesn't work in the world of online marketing to get organic traffic. And now I'm here to share all the things I'm learning in the trenches of SEO, copywriting, and content marketing. How does 300%, 500%, or even 12,000% more traffic in a year sound? What could your business do with that kind of traffic increase? How many more people could you help? So listen in and prepare to take notes. I'm about to drop simple, actionable SEO marketing and copywriting tips, all with a heavy dose of Jesus-loving encouragement. Let's get you more traffic and more leads so you can help more people with your God-given gifts. All right, so one of the awesome/not awesome things about my job that I have over here is I have to stay really on top of SEO trends, but also keep everything under the lens of like solid wisdom, right? Like I feel like every time there's a major update in anything, it's like the pendulum swings too far one way and then too far the other way to correct itself and then finally lands back in the middle, right? My pastor used to say for every mile of road, there's 2 miles of ditch. And I feel like that's really applicable in the SEO and content world because it's really easy for people to hit the freak out button and completely abandon all SEO stuff or, only do SEO and abandon all other tactics of quality marketing. And so one of my goals for this podcast and for helping y'all is to bring solid SEO strategies that stand the test of time, but also great overall marketing and messaging, because it doesn't matter how great your SEO is. If people get to your website and your marketing stinks, then they aren't going to buy anything, right? Or your messaging stinks, they aren't going to buy anything. But I digress. So in just looking ahead and trying to help my clients do better and myself do better and y'all do better, I have looked at, I don't even know how many articles on SEO and closing out 2024 and 2025 and the trends and Google's expectations and all that. Like, I legit feel like my eyeballs are going to just fall out of my head sometimes. But these 5 things that I'm going to talk to you about today and the practical application factor just really break down the biggest 5 strategies that I think are going to show up and bring you success in 2025. All right. Now, the first one is probably the least fun, I'll be real, is to fix any holes in your foundation. Now, I love creating new content as much as the next creative and writer by nature person. I love it. It's fun for me. However, sometimes in an effort to produce new content, create new content, keep up with new trends, do new things, whatever, we forget that the foundation of our website's success can have some holes in it and kind of bite us in the butt. So one of the things that I really want y'all and me and my clients to focus on this year is making 2025 the year that you finally fix those holes in your foundation, right? Like all the HGTV shows, when they find foundation issues, they're like, oh, we have to fix that. You need to take that approach to your website. Like you need to fix errors, fix broken links, make it faster, make it more accessible, like actually use alt text for for its intended purpose, okay? Like improve the overall user experience. If you have 900,000 pop-ups, if you have really slow load time, like fix those things, right? It's sometimes the little foxes that spoil the vine, right? And so those are little things that aren't that much fun to fix, but they need fixing, y'all. Okay? And I'm going to read you a quote from one of the articles I read on Grazidi where he said, SEO professionals are so busy chasing trends, tweaking metadata, and begging for backlinks that we've lost sight of what really matters: creating a website that works beautifully for users. So if you're like me and you think fixing broken links, fixing things, making file sizes smaller, whatever, if you feel like, oh, this is just such a fun drain, right? Like a fun suck. Keep in mind, you're making your website better for users. You're serving people better with your website when you take time to shore up the foundation. And a really practical tip to do this is to just have a recurring task in your workflow weekly where you list out the things you need to fix. You can sign up for free emails from places like Ahrefs or SEMrush, or just decide that you're going to go into your Uber suggestions every week and fix the things that need fixing. You can set a timer and only work on it for 30 minutes or whatever you have to do. But this is something that I think you should prioritize in your SEO strategy this year, and something that I am going to work harder to do consistently as well. Now, tip number 2, thing number 2 that we really need to focus on in 2025 for great SEO is this: to prioritize quality content over quantity. Now, in the past, I have just been like one blog a week, one blog a week, one blog a week, one blog a week, more if you can, which is still ideal if you have the time to create a super, super high quality piece of content. But if you can't, if you're just creating like a mid-level quality blog every week, then I would take that time and reallocate it to creating one super, super high quality blog every other week if you can. Now, if you've been blogging consistently for a while, then you have a great base of content that is still out there working for you, right? So maybe in 2025, you just need to make that shift of, okay, we're going to create 2 super high quality pieces of content a month instead of 4 mediocre or 8 mediocre or 12 mediocre blogs. And I think the real distinction or change that we're seeing with the rise of AI and with the rise of, AI, search summary results is people want and need more human content, less this is what it is, and more this is how I liked it, this is how I used it, like reviews on products that come from a real human and you can tell they were used by a real human, right? That type of approach that is very high quality and demonstrates a ton of EEAT, I think is just going to continue to rise to the top. Now, I get asked, well, what do you think about Reddit? What do you think about Quora? What do you think about, AI stuff? And my response to that is, when people see a Reddit thread come up in their search results, they know what that is, right? If they're looking for a gossip forum on something or just like a bunch of chat on something, then they're going to click that regardless. But if they're looking for, really high quality reviews or a summary of something or how to do something or how to learn something, then they're going to ignore the Reddit in the search and they're going to click on a high quality blog article. Okay. So don't worry about too much. Just make sure that you are prioritizing quality over quantity. And tip number 3, things should change or do different or do better in SEO in 2025. 3 of 5 is to think through your keywords in different phases of the customer journey. So gone are the days, or on the way out are the days, where you need to create content around what is. Like, you're not answering a simple 2-word, 3-word question with a sentence. Like that's not going to work anymore because the AI summaries are answering those questions, which is fine, right? If you're creating your whole content strategy around answering a bunch of what is questions, like you probably weren't going to do great anyway because Wikipedia was going to beat you, which is fine. Again, so what I want you to do is think through keywords in different phases of the customer journey. Like think through your funnel. How is somebody finding you and how are they moving down that funnel? from finding to buying, how are they moving down that funnel, and what are the questions that they're going to ask, the problems that need solved to move them down that funnel. And I want you to think about your keyword strategy in different phases of the funnel, because if you're only doing like tippy top of funnel stuff and it's very simple questions with very simple answers, then you're probably going to see your clicks tank, because those AI generated search results are going to be much faster and much easier to consume and answering the question that your person is asking, right? So I want you to concentrate more on like mid to bottom of funnel keywords. Now, when it comes to bottom of funnel keywords and even mid funnel keywords, you may have less traffic to your site because those are searched less often. Think about somebody looking for the best shoes for somebody with plantar fasciitis versus what is plantar fasciitis. Like maybe somebody just heard that term and they are wondering what it is, so they Google what is plantar fasciitis, versus somebody that's looking for the best shoes for someone with plantar fasciitis. They are prepared to buy. They're at the bottom of that funnel, but you may have less of them. You may have less people searching for that and therefore less people clicking for that. So you might see your clicks drop, but hopefully if you've done your copywriting job correctly, hint, hint, then you're going to see your conversions increase because you're creating great content around that bottom of funnel keyword, ushering people into the purchasing process with your product, okay? So think through keywords in different phases of the customer journey, like jujitsu, right? What is jujitsu? Okay, top of funnel, right? Okay, and then moving down the funnel, does jujitsu help with whatever? And then moving further down, the best jujitsu gym in their area, right? Like that would be the very bottom of funnel, okay? There's going to be less searches than what is jujitsu, but ultimately those people searching for the best jujitsu gym in their area, say that 5 times fast, they're going to be your ready to buy people. And so it's okay if you have less clicks if it's from the right people ready to buy and you do your job with your SEO copywriting, okay? Whew, there was a lot in that tip, but it's super helpful, okay? So tip number 4 of 5 things to change or do differently in SEO in 2025 is ultimately you want to serve your people and answer their questions. Okay, so if your content does not answer the question and the surrounding questions that they would have when they look for that article, when they type that in to search, then you're not doing your job. Like ultimately you still want to serve people and answer their questions, right? That should be at the forefront of every piece of content you create. Does this serve my person? Does this answer their question? Okay. So your content length, your content complexity, your content language, the reading difficulty degree, right? All of that needs to be about serving your people, right? If you're writing an article to other medical doctors, then you need to use terminology that they understand, that they're familiar with. But if you are a medical doctor writing content to somebody who's never even been to college, which is fine, then your terminology needs to be understandable for them. So think through, does this content serve my person where they're at right now? Okay. Now, tip number 5, are you ready? I'm ready, is to integrate SEO content into your entire content marketing strategy. So I feel like for so long, and so many people, they try to separate SEO content from social media content, from email content, from, podcast content. There's not a cohesive strategy to things. And I really see this changing. Okay. Now y'all know that I believe in creating long form content first and then repurposing strategically. Work smarter, not harder, right? But you can't just copy and paste sections of a blog onto your social media without thinking about the social media strategy that's going to work. Additionally, you really shouldn't just be copying, pasting sections of your blog into your email and expecting to generate a really good relationship with your email audience. You need to think through your content as a whole and let SEO be at the top of that strategy for sure, but think through how that plays out into different platforms, okay? And even within your workflow, if you just have, okay, we're going to make changes to the language from the blog article to the Instagram article, and you have that worked into your workflow, whereas like the Instagram article or the Instagram post, like they use a little bit different language or a little bit different length, right? Like integrate that into your workflow. Yes, let SEO content lead, let your blog content be at the head, the hub, but don't just copy and paste, repurpose, like think through things really strategically. Now, this is definitely like coming from somebody who's not doing that, right? Like I haven't been on social media in 2 years now, haven't posted on Instagram in 2 years now. So I'm not even doing the social media game right now. Will I ever? Maybe, I don't know. Not even going to think about it right now. But for those of you that are, for those of you that do need social media to market your business, or you just enjoy it, still make sure that your SEO blog content is leading the charge, but repurpose it strategically. Don't just copy and paste. Okay? Okay. Now, bless the Lord. We did it, y'all. We did it. We got through 5 things to change and do differently in SEO in 2025. Number 1, fix any holes in your foundation. Like, do the things to fix your website SEO that you've been putting off. Just do it. Number 2, prioritize quality over quantity. Okay? Think, can I write the best article possible on this, and then do it. Okay. Even if you have to cut back the amount of content, I'd rather see you cut back on quantity a little bit to up your quality. Okay. Then I want you to think through your keyword strategy in different phases of the customer journey. Number 4, keep in the back of your mind, ultimately you want to serve your people and answer their questions. And number 5, make sure that you integrate SEO content into your entire content marketing strategy. Stop thinking of them separately. Think of SEO content as what is leading the charge. All right, y'all. If you need any help at all with your SEO content strategy, feel free to reach out, info@faithhannon.com, or book a coaching call. The link is in the show notes. I would love to help you get your keyword strategy set, locked and loaded, and ready to go for 2025. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day. We'll chat with you next week. Bye. Thank you so much for listening in today. Hopefully this episode gave you some really tangible tips for better SEO and marketing to get more leads and more sales from your website. If it did, can I ask you a quick favor? Would you please share this episode with a friend, and then just take 10 seconds and go leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. That is the very best way to help more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs scale their businesses so that they can help more people with their gifts and make an even bigger impact for the kingdom of God. And guess what? We now have a Facebook community where we can learn, hang out, and laugh. Go join the Facebook group now. It's linked in the show notes. And all the other things, courses, coaching, and copywriting can be found at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.